Hey guys, welcome to day 2 of Unlocked in 30. And today we're going to talk about the who, not the how. Who? Dallas Cowboys. How did they become America's greatest teams? Money talks. If y'all haven't seen that segment, y'all got to go check out my video on Money Talks, and we'll get more in depth on that. But realistically, who, not the how. So for many of you, you always trying to figure out from a health fitness standpoint, how do I get to where I need to be? And sometimes it's such a struggle, and people get stressed out and they get frustrated. Well, here's the cool thing is you don't always have to know how, you just have to know the who. And so I learned this trick a while back through some great mentors, just kind of educate me on this. But let's take back nutrition, for example. I am not an expert by any means on nutrition. I didn't go to school for nutrition. I did not seek out a degree in nutrition. We had a little bit of training, obviously, in our program, but it wasn't like, okay, I'm getting my master's in nutrition and I'm going to go do this long internship and program and stuff like that. But I found the ones that knew. And so here's the cool thing is the who can get you a lot of places in life, and not just in our talk, but in general. So cool thing is all these talks take away the concepts and you can apply it to a lot of different things in life. So the who, from a nutritional standpoint, let's say you're struggling with losing weight. Well, who are you going to go to? Probably someone that's either lost a significant amount of weight or maintained a certain status over the years. If you're having joint pain, inflammation, well, who are you going to go talk to? Maybe you know of someone, or maybe you don't. So that's always the key. You got to ask around if you don't know that person. But Google does a lot of tricks these days. Social media. Maybe you're at a point with your nutritional standpoint where you're struggling with energy, or let's just say it's your endurance with working out. Who knows? Either way, you find that who, then you don't have to know the exact how. Meaning, I don't have to sit there and be the nutritional expert on everything, but I can still get the results because I know the who and what products to take outside of what to eat. So real quick, I want to talk too about a couple other things on the who is from a athletic training standpoint on your recovery, your performance, and then also your therapy, rehab. So let's just say on the performance side, let's just say you're struggling on, what to do as far as workouts. Well, good thing is there's a lot of experts even within our group, but outside of our group, within the field of social media or on just in general, I'd honestly ask another person who they follow, get some ideas, because here's the thing, and I want you to think about too is, a lot of people just jump into working out in the fitness program, but they don't really think about the type of body they want. So a good example is New Year's resolutions. Things roll around and all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, I want to lose weight, or it's time to get back in shape, or whatever it is. And all of a sudden, this person that goes from never doing anything to doing CrossFit, it's that whole kind of talk I had earlier. Is like you're going from all to none, and that's when the injuries occur. So you see that revolving circle. So think about, and this also, so this can relate to everything from your nutrition side to the performance and the recovery. But think about, the body type that you're wanting. So nutritionally, there's different foods that we're going to eat, or I'm gonna help educate you on as far as, what type of body you're wanting to get. And that could be, I'll say just the 3 main types. Maybe you want a skinny frame, maybe you want a muscular, or maybe you want kind of a heavier set. Everyone's got their preference, so it's up to you. Maybe cultural, there's their differences. But from the performance side, same thing. Maybe you're looking to have this lean, thin cut, toned up look. Maybe you want that big, bulky, bodybuilder tone. Maybe you just want to be skinny and petite, who knows. But so everyone's got their different preference there. So that's going to depend on what kind of workout styles you do, because there's different types of muscle fibers, from the endurance ones to so there's different types of muscle fibers as far as like your type 1, type 2, whether it's for endurance or muscular strength, because those have different sizes of the fibers, which give us that bulky look or that real thin look. And then also on your performance side, and then on your recovery side, that's going to be also play into, okay, what kind of activities am I doing? What kind of results do I want? How fast do I want to recover? So back to the who to the how. If I see this person over here that, I know they're a pro athlete, and I want to mimic their workouts because I want to either look like them or perform like them, then I want to recover like them. So I want to go through the same routines they do. Maybe it's ice baths, just kidding. Maybe it's ice packs or something because of the inflammation, because you got workouts 2 days or the next day. Or maybe you're some kind of stretching program, heat, there's heat and ice for different modalities, your stim for pain, There's a lot more. We'll go in depth on that, but I just want you to get the concept here. So it's more of us not really having to understand fully of what needs to be done, so that we're not the expert in it, but we can rely on someone else that is, and then pull that information in and add it in our toolbox. And then from a physical therapy standpoint, the same thing. Let's say you have an injury, something's been bothering you. Well, who, other than, what physical therapist am I going to see, because there's different specialties, or maybe even outside of physical therapy, you're going more, broad, like what medical person, is it the chiropractor? Then you go to the doctor, and then you go do a massage. Like who do I go to? So again, I'll go more in depth on those areas, but just things to think about, because I think a lot of times we think we have to know the answer to everything, and you don't. And that's the cool thing, and that's going to take a lot of stress off your back, is knowing that, hey, there's a way around it. So just to kind of recap, the who, not the why, or not the how. So if you know who, you basically, this kind of goes back to your purpose. Let me backtrack again. I get too fast here. Like if you know like what your purpose is, what your goal is, in our talk here, we're going in Unlocked in 30, from your physical status, your health, your nutrition, from your performance, the way you want to look, to your recovery, to maybe you have an injury, maybe you have a disease condition, maybe you have diabetes, you have a heart issue, blood sugar levels, blood pressure, you don't sleep well, joint pain, inflammation, anxiety, stress, depression. Throw it at me. I've heard these all. And so there's different ways that we can attack it. I don't think you should have to be the expert by any means in any of these, because there's so many people out there that have the answer to this, that it's a lot simpler road than you think. A lot of times we try to wear the hat ourselves and carry the load on our back, and before you know it, we fall. And we can't take that load. We got to take some of the pressure off our back and rely on others' strengths. Other people have their own strengths for a reason, and that's where the teamwork comes into play. We're going to share these ideas with each other and figure out what's the best approach to take. So it's the who, not the how. And so that's today's lesson. I'll try to throw in some more content along with this talk, because I want everyone to, if you have any questions on anything specifically, to add any comments below, or again message me, and that way I can help specifically answer any questions. But this is going to be a lot of fun, because I think the more you learn about this, the less stress you have on dealing with any kind of issue that you have. And it could be, like I said, it could be minor, very simple issue. Maybe it could be, maybe you have a really severe issue, and maybe we need to go a little bit more in depth on this with other people that, like I said, this is their specialty, not because, again, I'm not the expert by any means, but I just want to relay, my thought process of how I go about treating, or go about dealing with a lot of stuff, and what I've learned from my mentors, and I think this will help you all a lot. So anyways, I hope you all have a great day, and look forward to seeing you all soon.